Life is hurried enough without having to add more tasks to our day. However, in today's technologically advanced world, where it is not unusual to announce personal events in social media, it is always nice and a thoughtful gesture to receive notice of special events by mail. No, this video lesson is not about teaching a bunny to open mail, but it is about mail, utilizing the mail merge function of Microsoft Word, that is. In a high school setting, this satisfies a minute portion of the Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills Standards of Business Information Management, wherein it states that students apply technical skills to address business applications of emerging technologies, create word processing documents, develop a spreadsheet, and formulate a database. Essentially, mail merge is performed when you take a letter you've written and you send it to more than one person, personalizing it with information about them so that they may think that you typed the letter personally for them. Mail merge can also be a quick way to take a list of people's mailing addresses and generate labels or envelopes with the address for a different person on each label or envelope. It is a way to be personal, yet efficient, because the task has been simplified. We will be utilizing Microsoft Word 2007 to learn mail merge. First, we want to create the database of addresses. I have created a database in both Excel and Access. As you can see, the two applications are similar. Basically, in Excel, in row 1, you type the column headings, also referred to as fields. In Access, you perform the same function in the top row, typing in the titles or fields of each column. And although you can create as many fields as you might want, in Mail Merge you might not utilize each field. Let's take a quick glance on how to create a database in these applications. This is a quick review on creating a database for mail merge purposes. It is not a difficult task at all. If using Microsoft Excel or Access, it simply involves inserting data in fields or columns. Let's open an Excel spreadsheet. In row 1, we will be inserting the field names that we will be using in our mail merge process. First name, last name, address, city, state, and zip code. For example, one of my recipients is Carla Lopez, 2725 Ascot Lane, Edinburgh, Texas, 78539. Now let's open up Access, go into a database, create a table. You'll notice the appearance is very similar to that of Excel, but Access is more widely used for creating and managing databases. In the first row, we will insert the same fields as we did in the Excel spreadsheet, such as first name, last name, address, city, state, and zip code. And again, using the same information as we did in the first example, Carla Lopez, 2725 Ascot Lane, in Edinburgh, Texas, 78539. I have already created databases in Excel and Access to be used in my mail merge video lesson. As you see here, the finished products, an Excel spreadsheet, and an Access database of my recipients list. Ready for a lesson on mail merge? Well, pay attention and take notes, as you will learn how to merge mail. Let's get started with the mail merge project. In Word, click on the Mailings tab, then select Start Mail Merge. I like to use project wizards because they serve as a guide in completing projects one step at a time, which assures us that we will complete our project successfully if we follow the wizard. So let's click on Step by Step Mail Merge Wizard. The wizard helping us with this project opens up a panel on the right hand side. There are 6 steps in Mail Merge. In step 1, we are asked to select the type of document we are working on. In this case, it is a letter, so we want to make sure the button for letters is clicked. Step 2 asks for the starting document, whether it's the current document, a template, or we're starting from an existing document. I have created the letter beforehand, so it is appropriate in this case to start from an existing document. The wizard now asks to open the existing letter, so we'll find it and then click on Open. You'll notice the box that appears in the panel. It contains documents that I have opened and used for mail merge purposes before, but I'm going to select More Files and find my letter in my documents. In step 3, we select our recipients. My project is a letter inviting friends to an anniversary gathering, and I have created a database of our friends' addresses who will be the recipients of our letter. So in this case, we want to make sure that the option to use an existing list is clicked. We need to browse for our list since it already exists. So we'll click on Browse and let's search for it. It is always good practice to always save all your files in a particular folder for easy access, which is what I've done. The table that appears shows a spreadsheet. I've saved all my addresses in sheet 1, so we'll open it. You'll notice a box appears containing the mail merge recipients. If there was an address we did not want to include in the mail merge, we could simply uncheck it from this list. So since this list is in order, click OK. Step 4 asks us to write our letter. And here we want to personalize the letter to each of our friends. And so we are personalizing the greeting line, which if you'll notice in our letter, it is missing. If you hover over the letter and click just above the first paragraph. Now in the wizard, select greeting line. The box that opens shows a sample of how our greeting line will appear. Well, this is not how I want the greeting line to appear. I do not want our friends' last names to be included in the greeting line, so I'm going to make an adjustment. In this sample window of a greeting line, find Match Fields here at the bottom. Click on Match Fields and it opens up a list of fields. And if you'll notice, some of them say not matched. Those that say not matched will not appear on the list, providing that they are not something that you're asking for. I'm going to look for last name, and as you'll see, it does include the field. So I'm going to open up the window, click on not matched. I'm not worried about address, city, or state because I'm not including an address block in my letter. This is a very informal letter to my friends. So I do not want an address block to be showing in my letter. I'm going to press OK. If you'll notice, in the preview, now the greeting line reads how I want it. Simply Dear and the first name of our friend. So we're going to click OK. And this creates the correct format of the greeting line, which I prefer in this mail merge project. Going on to the next step. In step 5, we preview our letter. At the top of the wizard, just below Preview Your Letters, click on the back and forward letters to preview all the letters. In this case, there are 10. Each letter has been personalized to each of our friends in the recipients list. I created 10 addresses in my recipients list, and so each one is getting a letter personalized to their first name. Step 6 saves our letter, enables it to be printed and as well saved. At any time, we can resort to using the ribbon in Word to create a mail merge project. The wizard is simply a practical tool to use and it is my preference. Shown here is the finished product, invitations to our anniversary gathering, each containing a personal greeting. Next is the lesson, merging data to form labels. Again, pay attention, take notes as you learn about merging data for labels. Using Word, we will utilize mailings again to create our labels. Again, using the wizard to merge the data in the recipients lists onto labels. So let's get started. Click on Mailings, start Mail Merge, and again step by step Mail Merge Wizard. Again, there are 6 steps in merging to labels. First step is selecting the document type. We want to make sure that we click on Labels. Proceeding on to the second step, we select the starting document. We are going to be changing the document type because it is a label form. We want to change the document layout by choosing the label option. Now I'm using Avery product number 5160 as my label sheet, so I will press OK. Then I will proceed on to my third step, which is selecting the recipients. The list already exists. We want to make sure that Use an Existing List continues to be pressed on the circle there. We need to browse for our list though, so going into my folders, I will open the addresses, the addresses from the Mail Merge project. The data is in order, so I will proceed and open all documents. Step 4 asks us to arrange the labels. Here is where we select the data from the recipients list that we want to include in our label. If we choose more items, we can select each field individually and arrange them in the label, but this adds to our task. A simpler manner of merging pertinent data from the recipients list to the label is by choosing Address Block. This option already contains all the fields in the recipients list and will simply transfer the data and place it in the right place. As you will see, in the preview window of our label, it has the first name, last name, address, city, state, and zip in the manner in which I would want it to appear in the label. Press OK. We need to ensure that all of our labels are updated, so we need to press Update All Labels, which brings the address block onto each record. Step 5 allows us to preview our labels either as a whole document as seen in the screen or one by one. As you can see, it takes it to the next label. We can still make changes if necessary, but if the label is in order, we proceed to step 6, where we print and save the label. Now we can still make changes to our font styles. I use a basic font for my finished label, but the font can be changed depending on one's preference. Merging data from an address database simplifies the task of writing individual labels. And again, it is a preference, but one that I prefer. The finished product of merged address labels, ready to be printed on a label sheet, such as Avery 5160, will be affixed to envelopes stuffed with the invitation letter and ready for mailing. I have provided you with a basic understanding of how to use MailMerge to create letters and labels. It should simplify and make the task of letter writing more efficient and enjoyable. Now let's see how much attention you paid to my instructions in this video lesson. In a similar manner, you will create a letter of intent to enroll to 2-5 colleges or universities of your choice, resulting in 5 letters and 5 labels, including your own return address label.